Hey everyone, and welcome to Sparkles of Love's transmission. And today is episode 33. My name is Ana-La-Rai, and our purpose here at Sparkles of Love is to bring you the newest, most advanced energies, information, and tools to really help you with your awakening. And our focus is getting you out of that struggle and helping you move into the flow so you can sparkle and shine your way to your next spiritual breakthrough. So, all right, welcome everybody. Today what I want to talk about is, do I really want to find my twin flame? And it sounds kind of funny, right? So, first of all, when you think of twin flames, the first thing I would share with you about them is that it has been so romanticized that everything has been distorted. A lot like the word love has been so romanticized and distorted in its true sense. And twin flames are a very specific type of soul family. Okay. And a couple of weeks ago, we talked about soulmates and soul family. And twin flames are your deepest, most intense connection with another individual within that soul family. And whether you want to say that it is one soul that has come in and divided and split to have different experiences, it is that really strong resonance. You're split half, they sometimes say, your other half. So, twin flames are part of your soul family. Okay. And we talked before about soulmates, and we all have many soulmates, many members of our soul family. Okay. And the important thing to remember is the purpose of your twin flame and of your soul family is to help you get the experience that your soul is wanting, that you have contracted for to grow, right? And they're there to support you in getting the experiences you wanted. And that's sorry, my cord keeps falling down here. And that is why, and your twin flame is that most connected, most committed soul to your journey as you are to their journey. And very often, the information I have, what the guides share, very often your twin flame is not on earth at the same time you are. Okay. Very often, one is in the etherics or in the higher realms, and they are supporting and assisting you from there. Okay. So you don't always incarnate at the same time. Okay. So that's kind of, I know you hear some people say you're always here. You're not always here together, right? Because what you're trying to do is support each other in your journey. And if your journeys are very vastly different, and you don't necessarily even get to meet in this lifetime as all soulmates. And again, it's been romanticized. Twin flames, you think of romantic partner, but your twin flame could be one of your parents. It could be a sibling. It could be one of your own children. It could be a close friend. Yes, it could end up being your spouse or your lover, but it doesn't mean that it is always a romantic relationship because they came in to help support you in what you wanted most out of this lifetime, how you wanted to grow and learn. And sometimes that will be as a spouse, and sometimes it will be as a best friend, and sometimes it will be as a child, right? So you have to remember that it's it can be any one of those kind of relationships. And so it's obviously not always a romantic relationship. And for many that are twin souls, they have very deep, intense contracts and agreements with each other, right? Really, really deep. And for many, what happens, because I do know people who have found their soulmate, and some of them are really thrilled to do so and have great relationships. But if you start really looking at it, most aren't that great, the relationships, because what happens is the person who is your twin flame will trigger you more deeply and more often than anyone else in your life. Yeah. They will trigger you more often and more deeply than anyone else in your life, because that's what you've contracted to do. They're going to mirror and show you your deepest wounds that you haven't healed yet. And you're going to do the same thing for them. So for a lot of relationships, it's too intense. Now, in the beginning, it can be that euphoric kind of love and bliss of, oh my God, we found each other again, and all that energy and all that amazing passion. But what happens as you move into the layers of being with your twin flame is it has to happen is that they mirror and show you your deepest wounds that are still unhealed as you do them. And if you're both advancing and you're both committed to your own self work, to doing your own work and clearing your blockages, then it can be a blessing. It can be, you can work together to move forward together. But as I said, in many relationships, it's too much down here in the human form. It's too much to constantly 24/7 have your wounds in your face. It's like there's no getting away from it. And so for many, it's just too intense. So when I hear people that say, "Oh, I want to find my twin flame. I want to find my twin flame," I say to them, "Are you sure you really want to find your twin flame? You know, try and find it's one of your soulmates. That's going to be easier. It can still be intense. One of your soul family, they're going to support you. They already love you. They're going to help you get the experience you're looking for, but they don't trigger your deepest wounds as intensely. And they're not showing you your deepest wounds 24/7, where your twin flame generally, that's often what happens. Now, anybody that's listening here, have you met your twin flame, or do you feel like you've met soulmates? And what's that experience been like for you? Um, and some of you have heard me speak. My husband, Christian, and I are actually twin flames. Um, we're in the rare part that we have a really strong, healthy, good relationship. But I will say, quite honestly, when we first met and we started out as friends, we triggered each other's deepest wounds. Each one of us. Um, would get triggered, and that part wasn't fun, but we did our own work to move through it, before we actually became a romantic couple, and then before we moved from there into getting married. But it can be really intense. It can also be amazing and joyful and so connected, and it really feels, often I say it feels like home, right? You feel like you're really home. I have to say that, and I don't know whether it's because of who Christian is as a man, as a soul, or because we're twin flames, but I have never felt this level of love. I feel more deeply loved and accepted than I have by any other experience in all of my life. And I think that has to do with twin flames. Okay. Um, but if you're at war with each other all the time, that's a little different. And for us, we weren't really supposed to be both here at this time. And that changed for us when I took on the Alchemy Collective contract to be the voice and channel for the alchemy collective consciousness as part of the great awakening for planet Earth. And you've heard me, those of you that know me have heard me say, I wasn't supposed to be the channel this lifetime. I was like fifth back in the rows in the big circles of people that were potentials, and nobody stepped up. And so when I took that on, and on a conscious level, it was one date and time, but on the subconscious and on the etheric energy levels, I was in my 20s when that happened. In my early 20s, I had no conscious memory or knowledge of it. Um, but when that happened, when I took on this role that wasn't initially this lifetime to be mine, um, Christian made the decision then that I needed to be supported. I'm so grateful he made that decision. And he jumped in to be reincarnated. Okay. And so that we could do this together and that he could support the choice that I was making. Okay. So, yeah. So let's see some of the comments. That really resonates with me. There's been indeed a lot of distortion around the topic. I found soulmates, but twin flame, I guess not. Okay. Or not that you know of, right? There's another myth about twin flames I want to put out there. Again, romanticized. It's like you're going to meet them and there's this explosion, spark, and you're going to know immediately, oh my God, that's my twin flame. Uh-uh. That didn't happen that didn't happen for us at all. And it doesn't happen all that way. For many, there is that attraction and that strong draw. But for us, it was a little different. It was still this drawing in, but we started out as friends. And when people start looking for their soulmates and looking for their partners and their twin flames, I always say, let go of all the expectations, because no one in a million years would ever put Christian and I together on paper. Okay. I am not what, if you asked him what his ideal woman looked like and was, that's not me at all. And if you ask me what mine was, that's not physically what he is. So you can get trapped in all of that. But once you connect on that soul level, it's so much deeper and so much more connected and more important. And all of these other things are not as important, right? It doesn't matter that I don't have the body shape or the hair color or the height or the language skills or whatever the other person wanted or would list as their ideal. It doesn't matter, because your connection is so strong. Okay. So, soulmates is wonderful when you find that and can have that connection. And again, remember, it doesn't always have to be romantic. And I think that's one of the big distortions is everybody's always looking for that romantic connection, right? So another says, I've met a number of soulmates. I guess I hadn't thought about whether or not my husband is an actual twin flame. I'm thinking not. Yeah. And at the end of the day, does it really matter? Does it really matter? It doesn't. If you have a deep connection with someone you love and you're helping each other grow and learn, isn't that what it's all about? So whether you call them your spouse, your soulmate, your twin flame, your soul family, simply your lover, does it really matter? I don't think it does, right? And we come to have experiences, to learn, to grow, to clear past mistakes, and to have new experiences and meet more people. And so the connection, whether it be romantic or friendship or family connection that you have with others, is really what the important piece is. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah. So again, it's probably, I would suggest that going looking for your twin flame, it's not a waste of time or anything, but it's really been more fantasized and romanticized. Do you even know if they're here on the planet? But to find a partner or a friend um, who is from your soul family, there's a real, real gift in that because that level of connection, that level of feeling accepted and loved is just so profound. And it's different. It's different when you're with soul family. How many of you experience that? That you've been with members of your soul family in some sort of relationship? It even could be at work, it could be friends, it could be neighbors, it could be, one of your children, it could be your spouse. And there is this level of connection that is just different and profound. Yeah. So, what I would say is that let go of the romantic notion that your next lover has to be your twin flame or that your twin flame even has to become your lover. Okay. And allow your heart to find your soul family members because that's where the connection is. That is where the growth and opportunity is. But if you're going to search for them, you have to be willing to look at your own wounds to see where you have those and be willing to clear them because those kinds of people, your soul family, your twin flame, your soulmates, are all going to reflect back to you the pieces of you that you have not healed yet. They're going to reflect back to you what you wanted to learn, right? What you wanted to learn. And so, if you wanted to experience and learn abandonment, then you can bet that your soul family are going to be people who abandon you so you can have that experience. Now, there's probably still one in all of those contracts that agrees to stand by you and love you so you're not all alone. But you're going to, if you want to have the experience of abandonment, then members of your soul family are going to do that. The same way, if someone else wants to have the experience of poverty, then that's what their soul family is going to set up and help them create. The same way, if they wanted to have the experience of joy. Okay. And it doesn't mean you have one experience or one contract. I'm just using one as an example. And another says, I'm blessed to be in a couple of different groups that truly feel like we're soulmates. Awesome. All right. If you have any questions, please write them in the chat now. Um, and I will let you know that I will be away for a couple of weeks, so there won't be a live for the next couple of weeks. And if you're interested in learning more about soulmates or soul family, just a couple of weeks ago, I did a whole 1-day workshop on it, and a new being came through called Lady Love. And she helps us understand the importance of soul family and soul mates and helps us set up some energetics to start attracting more of those soul family and soul mates into our lives. And that's available in my shop under sparklesoflove.love. And if you go under Ascension Workshops, you will find it there. So I hope that you all have the chance to experience the beautiful blessings of finding some of your soul family and that you get to have some really good, loving experiences with that. And I also hope you get to meet some of your soulmates or maybe even your twin flame and recognize and allow yourself to grow and clear the wounds that you still hold and hold you back. All right. Have a great rest of February, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.